Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. It is Hunter. Today we're going to be unboxing, setting up, and doing a demo of the 2024 Art the Clown animatronic. Alright, let's get into the unboxing. So I'm going to pop his flaps open here, and there is a lot of stuff to unpack from his box here. So we're going to grab, this is like his metal butt frame. I don't know what you'd call that piece there. See what I can try and pull out. Grab these poles here. We got two poles. These are like the longer poles. We have one of his hands here. This is his waving hand. We also have, if I can get it out of the box here, we have his horn hand. The hands are actually very heavy. At least this one, you can feel the weight in it. So there's both of his hands there. These are his leg foam. So we got one there and one here. We got one of these short poles, and I believe there's a second one right here. Yep, so we have two of those, and then the two long poles, obviously. We got one of Art's shoes. We got the second shoe. Now I can pull the mechanism out itself. Oh, there's his adapter. We have his adapter there. This is Art's mechanism. Pretty simple. He doesn't have like any other modes or anything. It's just a simple, sensor mode, and he just goes every time you walk past him. He has his volume control though. Something I did notice when I was originally unboxing him, he does have a try-me port and a step pad port, but they're both considered the same thing. I thought that was very odd. Obviously, he has his adapter jack here and his speaker jack, so that is his whole mechanism. And we do have just a couple more things left in the box here. Obviously, the best part of the animatronic. We have Art the Clown's head. Definitely is not bad at all. Not bad at all. Not the best. Definitely could be better. But I think that they got pretty close. I would definitely say it's better than the Party City one. We have his base here. It's pretty normal size base. Like, it's not too big, so if you wanted to squeeze it in a little room or something, you could if you would like. We have a big baggie with a little screw in it. That is for his head, so it just stays in place. So you will need a screwdriver for the setup. We have his sunglasses here. And the last two things here, we have his jumpsuit itself, and then his neck collar, and then it's just his instructions, and that is it for the unboxing. Now let's take an overview. Alright, let's get to the overview. So the first thing we got here is his mechanism itself. We have both of his arms here. We got the horn hand and the waving hand there. We have two shoes. We should have a little baggie with a black screw in it. We have two leg foams. Should have his jumpsuit and his neck ruffle. We have his head. Have two long poles and two short poles. We should have his adapter, his glasses, his butt wiring frame, and then last but not least, we have his stand itself. So those are all the parts that come with Art the Clown. Now let's get to the setup. Alright, so for our first step is we are going to want to go ahead and grab both these two small poles here and snap lock those guys into place, just like so. Then we can go ahead and grab both of his shoes, slide those into place. There are little notches so they don't go flying all over the place. Now we can go ahead and grab both of his long leg poles here and snap lock those into place, just like that. We can go ahead and grab his leg foams here. Those get slid over, just like that. Then we can go ahead and grab his clothing and slide that over top of the 2 legs. All right, so now we have the clothing here. I find it most easiest if you slide your arm down one pant leg and then pull it down over the metal leg itself. Then we're going to go ahead and do that to the second leg here, just like so. And we will open this part up here. Then we can actually go ahead and attach the main mechanism. All right, so now that we have the mechanism here, all we need to do is they just snap locks into place, just like so. And sometimes the snap locks just need a little twist so they can fully click in. Now we have the mechanism. We can actually grab that butt wiring frame and that will slide into place right here. All right, so we got the wiring frame here. Now we're gonna lock that into place. We do have some wires that we're gonna have to connect. So we have this, looks like orange, white, and teal one. That is for the motor itself. We obviously need to connect his IR sensor or he will not move at all. Just gonna pull up his clothing here like so. And the IR sensor wire is a little short, so that's why I had to do that. And that one is like a dark blue kind of color. So that one snaps into place. And those are all the wires that we need to connect at this moment. So now that we have the clothing up, we can actually go ahead and attach his head. All right, so now we have the head here. Now it's just gonna slide into place just like so, and it just sits there. There's gonna be a hole in the mechanism for his head, and you are just gonna screw in that screw, and it just holds it in place so while the head is moving around, it doesn't fall out or anything. So I'm gonna do that off camera real quick, and then we'll continue with the setup. All right, so before we actually move on, we did get that screw screwed in. I'm going to go ahead and grab his adapter and just connect that in the back of him before we go ahead and do anything else. Now we are going to have some wires that we're going to have to connect here. We only have the one coming from his head and one coming from the control box. Now this is the biggest wire and those two just snap together like that. Now what we can go ahead to do is attach his arms. Doesn't matter what one you start with. The first one I'll go ahead and do is his waving arm. And that just gets slid right up his sleeve here. And there is going to be a fork prong connector, whoops, right on the side here. Hopefully you guys can kind of see that there. Now we can actually go ahead, pull his sleeve up over his hand. Now we have one of his arms in place here. Now, like I was saying just a minute ago, there is a wire coming out of that hand because there is a motor for it to move. Now, there's only one wire left that we do need to connect here, and we will just connect that like so. And that is all the wires we need to connect, so we're all done with that. Next thing we can go ahead and do is connect his horn hand here. So now we have this arm on. We're going to go ahead, slide his sleeve up over right to his wrist, just like that. I'm going to go ahead and Velcro up the back of him here, just like this. Sometimes the Velcro likes to get caught on the inside of his clothing, so you do just kind of got to yank it out. That's okay though. So we are almost complete his setup here. Now, we only have a couple things left that we have to do. We are going to do a demo without his glasses and one with his glasses, but one more step. We have to take his neck ruffle here, and that just gets wrapped around the base of the head. And I'm just going to go around and make sure that that's attached properly. I don't want it falling off during the demo, so that would suck. All right, so that is the full 2024 Art the Clown animatronic setup. Now we're going to do, like I just said a minute ago, we are going to do a demo with his glasses and one without his glasses. So because he doesn't have them on right now, we'll just start with that. So let's get to the demo. Thank you guys very much for watching through my video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.